There are many shows we love to watch that are actually hiding dark secrets. Today we will find out the truth. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay safe. The first show we will talk about is Bluey. You may think this is safe, but it's the complete opposite. So watch until the end.
Everything you know about Bluey is 100% wrong.
Are you talking about Bluey the kid show?
No, it's not just a kid show. If you look closely, you'll notice Bluey actually has tons of dark secrets.
How dark could it be? They used blue healers to make the show.
And?
So blue healers were bred to help farmers with their livestock. They were trained to move animals by nipping at their heels. That's why the show teaches responsibility and problem solving.
It does teach valuable lessons, but some are pretty dark.
How?
So there's 3 things a lot of people missed, and it starts with the episode called The Show. This is when Bluey and Bingo were doing a performance about Chili's life. So Bingo was playing as Chili and pretending to be pregnant with a balloon. They were all laughing until the balloon popped. The dad reacted by grabbing Chili's hand. They're saying this suggests that Chili had a miscarriage.
If this is true, that would be a little too disturbing for kids. I am sure many of you watching don't even know what that is yet.
I don't think that was directly about a miscarriage, but rather the thought of them losing a child deeply saddened them.
No, she 100% had a miscarriage, either recently or before giving birth to Bluey. But listen, the second one is pretty crazy. It's about Muffin and Socks. They're saying they might have autism.
Oh, that explains why Muffin is always erratic and Socks walks on all 4.
I mean, she's crawling on all 4s because she's a baby.
She's not really a baby.
Okay, just listen to the last one. It's about Indy's mother. If you notice, her daughter has a very restrictive diet. In one of the episodes, Indy says she can't have a sausage because of chemicals.
But I'm not allowed that.
But also, she can't have Pop-Vergies because of gluten, dairy, and sugar.
Oh yeah, that's why Bluey couldn't share her toffee apple with Indy, because it had sugar.
No, exactly. People are saying Indy's mom is obsessed with eating healthy, which forces her daughter to only eat things her mom deems as safe.
To be honest, this one is not as bad. My mom always tries to make me eat a bunch of healthy things, but I sneak behind her back and eat bad stuff. Lol. However, the first one was pretty bad, so I recommend you don't watch Bluey if you are really young, as the show has a lot of disturbing stuff. The next show we will talk about is extremely disturbing, so make sure you watch until the end.
This is the darkest episode of Max and Ruby. You remember Max and Ruby, that innocent cartoon with the bunny siblings? But what if I told you someone hacked it and uploaded something horrifying? The file was called Max and Ruby 4. It started as a normal episode at first, and until some hackers added their own footage, Max started crying for minutes. No music, just him, staring at a photo of his parents. Then it cuts. Ruby's gone. Max is digging in a grave. His eyes were all black. His mouth was sewn shut. He opens the coffin and screams. Some say it aired once, at 3 a.m. on Canadian TV. Others claim they found it hidden in old torrents, but every time the file shows up again, it disappears, like someone doesn't want you to see it. There is also a lot of versions of the episode since they can't recall what happened. Some just say that it was only 5 seconds of Max having black eyes with blood coming out of them. Of course, this is a creepypasta, so this is not real. But people claim that this really happened, so no one really knows what happened that day, which makes it more scary.
Max and Ruby was one of my favorite shows because I thought it was an innocent show about 2 bunnies. However, I had never seen this dark story before. There's also a theory that Max doesn't speak because he's traumatized, which is super sad. Clouds. I recommend that you do not watch this show anymore since it is so dark. The next show we will talk about is Cocomelon, and this show has a lot of scary things, so you want to make sure to watch until the end. Something about this video is just so creepy to me. I do not like it. I did some digging on the dark web and actually found out the dark truth about Cocomelon. This show was made to hypnotize kids. However, it is even worse than that. There is a creepy story that says a parent left their child watching Cocomelon overnight. However, for some reason, the Cocomelon character stopped dancing, and the screen started flashing as the character stared at the child. The child was hypnotized and sat there in shock for hours. The mother took this child to the hospital, where he stayed for a week. I think I was able to find the footage of the creepy Cocomelon episode the child watched, so let's see how bad it is. After this creepy man showed up, flashing began to happen, but I cut it out so you clouds wouldn't be scared. But after seeing this, I can say this is extremely disturbing and scary. I wasn't a kid when Cocomelon came out, but from now on, I will make sure my little cousins do not watch it. This next show is called Hello Kitty. I am sure everyone loves this show, but it is secretly super dark, so watch until the end.
This is the disturbing truth behind Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty was created back in the 1970s by a Chinese woman whose daughter had cancer. The doctors told the mother there was nothing she could do, and her daughter will die. The mother then went to every church and prayed for her daughter, but it didn't work. The mother became very desperate and turned to devil worshipping and satanic rituals. She then made a pact with the devil himself. But if the devil cured her daughter's cancer, he wanted one thing in return. He wanted her to create a cartoon character to appeal to children all over the world and to trick people into worshipping the devil. When her daughter recovered from cancer, she kept her promise to the devil and created Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty was designed with no mouth because her daughter had mouth cancer. Hello Kitty's pointed ears represent the devil's horns. The word kitty means demon in Chinese, so Hello Kitty really means hello demon. And they say anybody who buys Hello Kitty merchandise is welcoming the devil into their hearts.
This is actually so much darker than I thought it would be. Is it really true that if you bought any Hello Kitty product you are welcoming the devil? I am not sure if this is true, but I recommend to stay away from Hello Kitty or only watch the safe episodes. This next show a lot of you may not have heard of, but it is actually so horrifying. I am making this video at 3 a.m. as I couldn't fall asleep after watching this.
Many kids went missing after watching this show. In 1999 in Southern California, this TV show was aired. It was called 𝗿ćie's House. The animation was weird, it was super stiff, and the voices were weird. 𝗿cie, which is the main character, had a very high-pitched voice that never changed. She lived alone with no parents, no pets, just her silence and her weird smile. At the end of the first episode, she turned to the camera and said, "Let's count to 10. She said, "Let's play this game forever," and she started counting slowly. She started 1, 2, 3, and the screen turned black, with no credits and no music. That same night, 13 children vanished and they were all watching 𝗿ćie's House.
I would say that this is just a coincidence, but there is no way 13 kids went missing at the same time. Something fishy is going on here, so let's keep on watching this.
That same night, 13 children vanished and they were all watching 𝗿ćie's House. They say the show was immediately pulled and the tapes were destroyed. But then a few years ago, someone found it. They played it once and it went silent. People say that 𝗿cie appeared again, she was counting, but she never stopped. But if you hear her voice through the screen, don't answer. She's still waiting to play forever.
You guys, I would definitely not watch this show, especially if I was alone. Because all the people went missing, there is not actual footage of the show. So I guess you could also call this lost media. Dora the Explorer was another show I used to watch non-stop during my childhood. So I was very sad when I heard that hackers took over this show. Hackers must hate kids because why do they do this? I was able to find footage of this creepy Dora episode, so let's watch it.
Ooh, I think there's an animal hiding in the bushes. Do you see an animal hiding in the bush?
Is it just me, or does anyone else get a weird feeling when Dora stares at us for too long? When I first watched this, it made me really sad because they put Rip Dora, which means they must have done something bad to her. But now that I think about it, they probably just did it to scare children. And it worked because after this happened, a lot of parents complained again, and because of this the channel that plays these shows was going to get banned, but I am happy that they decided to not ban it instead. I am sure everyone watching loves the Loud House. However, did you know this show hides some strange secrets? I did digging on the dark web and found a very creepy episode that was deleted.
I'm just so hungry. I need something. Please. Wait. Finally, I can eat. No. Please. It's been weeks. I just need something to eat.
They really should give Lincoln something to eat. But keep on watch, this gets super creepy. Clouds.
Okay, kids, we're home. Where is everybody? Jesus Christ, what's that smell? Rita, hit the lights. Rita, something's not right here. Where's the flashlight? Give me a second. Oh my God! Good heavens, what's going on in here? Lola? Lincoln? Lincoln, stay back! Lincoln, no! 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 Rita, run! Ah! 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 Get off me, you piece of shit!
This is actually the most horrifying show I have ever seen in my life. So it seems like Lincoln's parents were only giving food to the girls and not the boys. Because Lincoln didn't want to starve, he ended up eating his siblings when the parents left the house, which is so sick. At the end, we even saw him eat his dad. To be honest, I think the parents should have fed Lincoln from the start, that way this never happened. What did you think about these creepy shows? Don't forget to like and subscribe by my clouds.